Welcome to Vegas Live. I'm Ninon, your host, and my guests get amazing and amazing and amazing. And I have Jesse with me. Jesse is from Chicago, absolutely an amazing guy. But I haven't interviewed him, so I really don't know. The only thing I do know is Jesse Saunders, or Saunders as we say in England. It says he's written this book. It's called House Music, The Real Story. And meaning the real story, it is all about you. How are you, Jesse?
I'm just fine.
You okay? I'm wonderful. Now, we were just talking. I didn't understand whether you live in Vegas or you live in Chicago. Where do you live?
I live here.
Oh, you live here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're in the entertainment business of the world.
Ah, yes. I've lived here off and on for the last 12 years.
12 years?
I actually lived in L.A. most of my life.
Really? Yeah, I'm from Bel Air, so that's where I used to live.
Yeah.
Bel Air and Mulholland. I had two great houses, but now I'm in Vegas and loving it even all the more. But it's totally different, though. You know, Vegas is very different to... You sigh about that. Do you like it?
It's different. Well, you know, the first 6 years I was here, I liked it the first year because, you know, it was exciting.
Yeah,
and
you've been
everything.
invited everywhere. And
after that, I was just kind of like, ugh. But I go back to L.A.
Yes.
back and forth. Like
so
twice
when
a
you
month,
get a little bit upset here, you go back there and sort of...
No, I just miss the beach. I just go.
Oh, you go to the beach?
Times.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah.
I used to do exercises on the, I think it's the Malibu stretch there,
That's
on my
where
bicycle.
I go. Malibu Pier.
Yeah, I used to drive around or go around on my bicycle and sort of exercise, and it's just very relaxing and very sort of free living.
I love it.
Now, you've got an extraordinary history in life. You've done so much. Music industry. You started out in the music industry?
Well, I actually started out as a DJ.
A DJ,
Yeah.
which has now become very popular.
Now it's part of the
Now
music
it's
industry.
really popular.
Before we were relegated to a closet somewhere in the back.
That's how I know it. I know that you were sitting in the back house somewhere and you kept changing records, and that's all it was. Now they're getting played millions just to put the same thing on a turnstile.
Don't remind me.
I just want to know that story. That's for
You know,
sure.
it's always like when you get in, because most of these guys that are now headlining these bigger places,
headliners.
they were openers for me on tour.
See?
Which is just kind of, you know, but it's my own fault because I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I have integrity.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Well, only he can say that, but I'm sure it's absolutely true. But the DJs now are a little different style, aren't they? A little bit more open, a little more out. It's more like an act. It's like a whole show itself. Oh, it's
I
not.
wish.
It's not.
I would not. You know what it is? Part of the problem is a lot of these guys, especially when you get to that point and you make so much money and
Yes.
you've got 20 people handling you and telling you what to do and doing all these other things, which is exactly what I didn't want. It comes down to the fact that, okay, well, I could sit here and hone my craft and be the best I could be, or I could use auto mix and I could just do this all night and still get paid $1 million.
Yeah, still get paid. Yeah, and that's what they do now. Auto mix.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, we letting the cat out of the bag there, so you know, so whatever. So from DJing, you went into.
From DJing, I started a record label. I actually made the world's first house music record.
Really?
Entitled On and On. I started a company called Just Say Records.
Just Say Records. Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you go into? Well, I guess with being a DJ and understanding records and understanding how they work, you decided there was a little bit of money in there that you could sort of create.
No, I mean that came, but
Yes.
that wasn't what I was looking at. I was a DJ at a place called The Playground in Chicago. And I don't know how much you know about Chicago, but
I love Chicago.
It's a very super segregated city.
Yes.
All right, so everybody kind of stayed in their
In
place.
their little place.
The Playground was the first place to bring everybody from all sides of the
Oh,
city
how
together.
wonderful!
So yeah, we were
So
able to
they
play.
intermingled together and enjoyed music.
Yeah.
It's funny how music always brings everybody together. It doesn't matter how and where you play it; they all come together, don't they?
Music soothes the savage beast. That's what they say.
Music. Wow, serves the savage beast. I love that. I love that. So anyway, you started that, and then from there,
Well, being at the Playground, again, I got to play for all different styles of music, and I've always been diverse in terms of my musical, like my music education, what I listen to, so on and so forth. So I took a bunch of different styles together and kind of fused them together.
Oh, wow.
And this was right around the time when drum machines were becoming part of the production aspect. So I used to bring a drum machine in, I'd make my own beats that I could mix in and out to, slow them down, speed them up, so on and so forth. One day I was at a record store, a local record store, everybody went, and the salesman comes to me and he goes, "You're playing something that we don't know what it is." And,
but we want to find out.
Popped in a tape, and you know the whole place goes, "Yeah, that's it." And that's the rest of the history. It went, Found a pressing plant, pressed them up, and that was the beginning of house music.
That was the beginning of house music. Why did you call it house music?
Well, that goes back to a place called the Warehouse in Chicago, which was a disco in the 70s. And I was too young to get in at the time, so we would kind of stand outside.
And listen.
And the big bass bins were so big and heavy that, we just started, that house music because of the beat.
Yeah, the beat.
And stuff.
Oh,
and then, other people just kind of caught on.
It's a very catchy name. It's very, 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 very catchy. And of course, that is what the book is. I'm going to put it a little bit above here. There's the book. And this has taken you've had a thought on bringing the book out for some time, and now you've got it out. Is it out yet, or is it just first publication?
This is actually the second edition of it.
This is the second edition of the book?
The first edition I self-published.
Okay, you self-published.
Yeah.
How hard was that?
It wasn't really hard.
No, you knew what you were doing.
I did all the queries and whatnot to agents and this and that. And at the end of the day, I said, this just needs to be out there. So I just
it's funny. I've got a sweatshirt coming out, a Christmas sweatshirt coming out. And I've got the same idea as you. Just get it out there. And everyone's saying, well, Nina, you've got to do this first. I said, no. Let's just get it out there. Don't worry about all these little legal things I have to go through, or whatever they are you have to go through, because it really doesn't mean any sense. It doesn't.
End of the day,
just get it out there.
Exactly. Because if you don't get it out there, no one knows anyway.
Now,
and for me, I felt this was something that the people who knew and understood, which was a growing clan through the years, would find it. And that's exactly what happened.
And that's what happened. Yeah. And they found it. And it's there forever. Now, we've got sitting in front of us, this is a great guy. Jess is a fabulous guy. And he bought me 3 bottles of champagne. Not really. Now, what is this? I'm looking at this champagne here, and it says Bel Air. Well, I used to live in Bel Air, so that fascinating. It said it wasn't in France; it was in Los Angeles. I used to live in Bel Air, and then this is the same one. But this is Lux.
Yeah,
so this is okay.
Brands.
So all these different brands. So what is this connected with you?
Well, this is our sponsor. We're actually. Let me
Let's
go back to the beginning.
We're going to go back a little
I'm
bit.
going to do this so you understand.
Yes, everyone understands.
I moved here in 2005.
Okay.
I had been playing here from about 98 till then beforehand. When I got here...
You were in a band? You had your own band?
No, DJing.
Oh, DJing? Yeah. Oh, you're DJing. Yeah. I'm still DJing.
When I got here, there was a place called Utopia.
Utopia, yes.
Utopia was the warehouse of Las Vegas.
Okay.
At the time, right? Everyone who was here at that time, all the club kids, all the gays, all the straight, just everybody just loves music, went there. And it was amazing. 2,000 kids, a night.
Aww.
And then they started opening up clubs inside of the hotels.
Yes.
So the first one was Ra, which was at Luxor.
Luxor, yeah.
Wednesday night was like, again, another big night. So then a lot of them started opening. Venetian was built. They opened C2K over there. Then they opened what's now is Pure, but back then it was So basically, all of these clubs came together, and you had this big, huge house music scene now in Las Vegas.
Wow.
And then the casinos got wind of the fact that the clubs were making so much money.
Oh, here we go. Money comes into it.
So they decided let's make a mega club, put in lots of tables, sell all of these bottles and whatnot, and make the dance floor.
$25,000 tables, right?
Yeah, but make the dance floor about this big now, so people weren't dancing anymore.
So they're drinking.
Now, just drinking. They're standing on couches and things like that.
Dancing on the couches as well, they have more drink.
Yeah, and that's why where we are right now with this whole big EDM scene, it's like this generation has no idea how to dance anymore because there's no dance floor.
Yeah, but you and I could get and teach them.
Well, but that's why we're starting this club. We're starting a club called IBIZA, and this is our sponsor.
IBIZA. Why did you get IBIZA? That's a European name.
Oh, of course.
IBIZA.
I play there a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. IBIZA's amazing.
I did Dre's Beach this summer.
Oh, you did?
Beach Club, and that's what our theme
Dre's
was all
Beach,
about.
that's down at the Anchor. Oh.
Cromwell.
Oh, the Cromwell. Oh, I love the Cromwell. Oh, I love the Cromwell. It's a fabulous hotel. It's like a little boutique hotel in the middle of Las Vegas.
Yeah, with this big, huge pool on top.
Yeah. So this is nice. One of your sponsors.
Yes.
And how long have they been a sponsor for you? It seems like a long time.
Oh, we're just starting. November 9th is our first date. So they just came on board with us. Yeah.
They just came on board with you. Yeah. So now, giving them whatever this is obviously one way for you out there, or the champagne's out there and everything's wonderful, so we can help sponsor you. How do you sponsor them now? They go all on Facebook, and they go all
every media you can imagine. Yes. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
JD over here is the man, so he's the marketing genius.
Yeah, I think I met JD, and he's JD. I have to tell him something. But my husband, who passed away, he was always known as JD, James DeRosa. So another JD. So JDs are quite common, aren't they? By the way, he's a good-looking guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. So he does all the promotion. He puts it all together and everything else.
Management, the whole nine,
You're still DJing.
Oh, of course.
And where are you DJing now?
Well, I play all over.
You play all over?
Yeah, I play all over the world. Everyone always asks me how come I don't do anything in Vegas, which leads me back to that story.
The same story, yes.
I did a place called the Electronic Music Cafe back in 2010.
Okay.
What that was kind of a venture off of my tour that I did, the 25th anniversary tour from back then, that was basically a art depiction of the story of house music, along with different people who contributed digital art and whatnot. And we made this canopied 10 by 10 thing, hung them all in there, and took it around the world.
Yeah.
So I just figured at the end of it that it didn't make sense to stick it in a closet somewhere.
Nothing in a closet doesn't do any good. But I just love this name, house music. It seems to get into your brain, doesn't it? It seems to sort of stay there because it's kind of fascinating. Okay, so now you're opening this new club. Let's find out about this club.
Sure.
When's it? Has it opened yet, or is it opening?
November 9th is the grand opening.
Are we coming to it?
Of course you are.
Okay, do you want me to do the red carpet for you?
Oh, come on.
No, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Yes, it's at Embassy Nightclub.
Embassy Nightclub. And
Thursdays.
where is that?
It's on right off of Valley View and Desert Inn.
Valley View and Desert Inn. Okay, fabulous.
I think the street's called Procyon or something. It's
whatever.
hard
But
to
anyway, whatever it is. And so it's opening on November 9th, which is fabulous. What time does everybody get
10
there?
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Until
So
you
it's
drop.
typical 10 till you drop. Well, that could be the next day.
Exactly.
10 a.m.
That's how it used to be.
10 p.m. till 10 a.m. Of course it did. Absolutely.
Used to be.
And this is one of your sponsors for the liquor. Now, obviously, it has a liquor license or a wine license?
Yeah, liquor license.
So it's quite large.
Oh, yeah. It used to be the old Jaguars strip club.
The old Jaguar strip club. I don't remember it, but I remember the name of it. I probably never went to one anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you excited about that?
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, it's nice to bring back something. What I was getting to a little earlier was they're at Las Vegas Weekly now, but a lot of the trades here used to follow me basically because I was the outspoken one talking about how bad it was that like Vegas has become this huge machine and it's not about the music anymore and they don't care about the DJs and blah, blah, blah.
True.
So when I got the gig at Dre's Beach this summer, they did this big expose, center page spread on me. It's like, the originator is back on the strip, blah, blah, blah. So we're getting ready to do another one.
So you're doing another one for that as well as helping you out here as well and getting your name out there because we put this absolutely everywhere. Nick, I know you have a question for us.
Yeah, actually, Sydney Chase said it's always great seeing you and you always have amazing interviews. Just to let you know.
Thank you, Sid. You're an angel. I was actually looking up and I think you have your show, which is a radio show, and I was trying to find, which you do not have posted, so a little publicity for Sydney Chase, who's a good friend of mine, of your radio show. I went to the Twitter, I couldn't find where it was or why it was or when it was, so you need to put that out there. That should be number one is publicity, isn't it?
Oh, of course.
But letting people know where you are and who you are. Another one.
Yes, they actually want to know if you have any stuff on YouTube or anything they can see of any DJ.
Put my name in there. And you'll get about 1,000 will come up.
Just get Jesse Saunders.
Jesse Saunders. JesseSaunders.com is my site.
Jesse Saunders. And Saunders is spelled, obviously you should know, but it's Sauders.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
in England we spell it a little differently.
How do you spell it?
S-A-N.
Oh, S-A-N. Yeah.
Saunders.
Saunders is actually the German.
Yes, it's probably the German. Well, we all do things differently anyway, don't we?
Of course.
So anyway, so your DJ is coming along strong, your nightclub is coming up, you've got your sponsor, and you've got some goodies here. What are these? Something else you're bringing out?
You.
Ooh, I love presents.
When I started back in the day as a 15-year-old, my brother and I started this organization known as the Jonas and Few.
Oh, look
It
at
has
this.
since grown into a 60,000 plus person festival that we do every 4th of July in Chicago.
Oh,
and this
how
is a
amazing.
souvenir from there.
Oh, it's so sweet. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look what I get. Isn't that lovely? I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
the
much.
25th anniversary, Obama
25th
actually did a live closed circuit thing for us, announcement and whatnot.
Oh, how
which was wonderful.
wonderful.
The city dedicated the street to us, Chosen Few Way and everything. And
Really?
It's amazing, yeah?
So he's very, very well known, I think, all over the world. See, this is the greatest thing I have about my guests. I never know who they are. I don't know how famous they are, because I'm actually, my show is more of a bringing people in that maybe aren't known out there. And maybe this could be a platform for them to get known and to give them the exposure. And of course, I love to have named people, but named people have already made it. So I like to get some of the people on that sort of need to, like your nightclub, we need to get that out there.
Of course,
let everybody know. Jesse Saunders is here, he's back again, he's DJing, and you're just hitting it. But don't you always make it happen?
Well,
you seem that type of person.
It's funny because people always say, how do you manage to just keep relevant? And it's like, I just keep going. I don't stop.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, my thing has always been to take something and do something else with it, not copy the same thing.
Yeah.
Anytime people are catching up to what I'm doing, I'm off to the next
off
thing.
to the other side.
Yeah.
It's funny because I have a lot of people that want to do a talk show because they see how I do a talk show and everything else. Now, Muzzy said, well, Ninon, you shouldn't tell them and you shouldn't let them. I said, they'll never be me.
Exactly.
And the time they get where they are, I'm like you. I'll be gone. I'll be doing something else. So I never get jealous of other people. In fact, I think it's nice when somebody wants to copy you or they want to do what you're doing and try to be as good as you are. But nobody can actually take you.
Right.
It's flattery, but nobody can ever take Jesse.
Oh,
Jesse is Jesse.
No, there's only one me. That's
There's
for
only
sure.
one you. There's only
Ask
one
anybody.
me.
There's only one me.
And there's only one me, thank God.
Exactly. 2 peas in a pie.
I could not have a second one of me. Nick is giving me the roll sign to always
Sydney
say,
Chase also.
oh,
He did comment so everybody can see on the Vegas Live with Ninon Facebook page. He left his info of where.
good. Leave all your info because we need to see you. We need to know the radio station, what time and what day and what everything. Chase, Sydney, you're a friend of mine. Come on.
And they also want to know what was the names of your new albums that you got.
New albums? Well, the last single I had was actually called Sunshine. And prior to that, well, I actually have a few of them. Come on, we're just kind of holding them for a minute. But yeah,
Well, can we have them
Sunshine was
out?
probably my biggest one, yeah. And why is it that I'm drawing a blank on my singles? There's one like right on the big front of my page. And I can't even it's called Shout. Yeah, it's called Shout. Kaleidoscope isn't released yet,
Not that.
but that's one of my favorites.
Now, because I don't know, do you sing ballad? How do you sing?
I do. You know, when I first started, I didn't know anybody that sang, so I started singing everything. But I mean, I was in the Chicago Children's Choir growing up and whatnot, so I figured I could hold a note.
Hold on, yeah.
So I did the first probably 3-4 records. I did the most controversial, Waiting on My Angel, which we actually covered from somebody else, and it ended up going into court and being this big copyright lawsuit that we won.
Good
and
for
in the
you.
process, I have a precedent on the books, and legal books because of it.
Because of it. So see, sometimes there's some things when it's really, really, really bad can turn up really, really, really good.
Well, one of the things that I've made sure that I've done in my life is I don't do anything unless I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
You know, do the research first, then
And
go
then
do
find
it.
out.
Because you'll
Yes.
get in a lot of legal trouble not knowing.
You can
what
when
to
you
do.
don't know. And that's funny.
Exactly.
Somebody else just gave me that advice to make sure you got all these things, your
That's right.
T's crossed, your I's dotted, and make sure you've got everything in order. But I don't think you would do it any other way. You seem the type of person that you know what you want, and so you go for it and you get it. We have a
Thank you
T-shirt
for
there.
noticing that.
Yeah.
This was from my 30th anniversary of house music album.
Oh, look at this! Isn't this amazing? I'm gonna open the
Yeah.
whole thing up. He's afraid to, but I'm not. Look, isn't that amazing? So that's one of his new shirts. Have you got these for sale? Or are you just giving them?
No, those were from the tour.
Oh, that's from
It's
the
very
tour.
large. You can have it if you like.
Oh,
you can
that's
sleep in
sweet.
it.
I can sleep in it. Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I'm covering myself up. The last thing I want to do is cover myself up, right?
Of course.
This is my new nightie.
Why not?
And why not? Thank you
Yeah,
so
you're in
much.
Vegas.
I got 2 presents now. Go on, ready.
Yeah.
And then about the book.
Yeah.
Is that mine too?
Unfortunately,
No, I
that's the
can't-
only
they
copy I
didn't-
have left because they've sold out.
Oh.
So that's my copy.
This is yours.
actually.
You can have it back before I steal it.
I can get you one at a later date.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
I have to keep one in the
But
archive.
can you order them on Amazon or anywhere?
Yeah, you can get it on
okay, you can
Amazon.
order his
You can
book
order it on my
Amazon.
website as well.
On the website you can order it. Absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
Jesse, you've been amazing. You have given an insight. I have one more question for you.
Sure.
What advice would you give the younger generation in the entertainment business, in the DJ or in the music? And what advice would you give them, the young people?
Be creative, learn your craft, and make sure you're very calculated in your marketing. when you do it.
When you do it. And calculated doesn't mean a bad word.
No, in a
it
good
means
way.
to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And to make sure when you get your dollars in, you keep them and your manager doesn't run away with them.
Here is the word for the day. Shrewd. Look it up.
Shrewd. Be very shrewd. I
Very
love that.
shrewd.
On that, Jesse, thank you so
Oh,
much for
one
calling.
last thing I'd like to tell you.
Tell me what I like.
We were
it.
talking about kids and
Yes.
mentoring and whatnot. I actually have a nonprofit known as the Music and Arts Society.
Oh, really?
And we do music and arts programs in the school system here in the Clark
Oh, you
County
do?
school system. Yes.
How fabulous, because I used to have a foundation as well, and it was called kidstalk.org. I used to have this. It was Voices of Tomorrow, and for 16 years, I gave the younger generation a platform to speak out.
Beautiful.
And we also managed to take our cameras into juvenile halls,
Oh, nice.
and we filmed them and let everybody know what the kids were doing in juvenile hall, which should never have been in juvenile hall because they were from 12 years to 18, obviously. But they should never be there because there should be enough of us grown-ups out there to make sure they don't get in there. And it's so sad to see the little faces. And when you've got a 17-year-old looking at you and saying, well, I won't get out till I'm 25. His whole teen years are gone.
Yeah.
You look at that, and it's all our fault. They're just kids.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is true.
Yeah, that's all there. Well, I love you
That's
having
beautiful.
a non-profit. If I can ever help you with the non-profit, let me know.
Oh, sure,
Let Nick
of
know.
course.
Let everybody know that we can help on that.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. If
Thank
we
you.
can do anything.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks
if I
for
can
having
come
me.
into the school and talk to them or whatever, if you want me to do anything, I will do that for you. Because the young kids have my heart. They have my heart.
Mine too.
Yeah, there you go.
I've played for thousands and thousands of people, but being in a classroom with the kids who at the end of the class is over, they cry. And
Yes.
they give me gifts because they don't want to leave the class.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
It's
But they
amazing,
pay
yeah.
attention to everything
Oh,
you're talking
yes.
about. They're not talking to the next person. Their little eyes are up there looking at you like they're like sponges.
Yeah.
They're taking everything in.
All the teachers sit back and they're like, we've never seen these kids act like this before. They don't do this in class normally. And I'm like, yeah, because they're actually interested.
They're
in this.
interesting. You're
Yeah.
giving them something interesting
Yeah.
to talk about and to be with. Well, Jesse, you've been amazing, and thank you for coming on my show. Isn't
Thanks
he
for having me.
wonderful? We'll have him back again. So thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. We'll be back real soon.